Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, and today we are going to be continuing the 9th anniversary Q&A that we had. So I recorded like 2 hours of audio for the Q&A, and I didn't get to everybody's questions or whatnot, so we're going to be continuing that. But like usual, when we do Q&As, we're going to be starting over here on Patreon, so patrons are getting to ask extra questions as a result of this. So without any further ado, first of all, thank you for supporting me for 9 years on YouTube. We will be at the 10th year once we get to, I believe, August or September of this year. So big time appreciate all the support. With that being said, though, let's look at what the patrons had to say over here. So over on Patreon, we got Bionic Roach saying, yeah, I got more Bionic Roach lore coming next chapter prediction. Okay, yeah, and speaking of chapter predictions, right? So we're getting around the time that the chapter preview will be coming out, usually 6 days before the chapter drops on the 19th this month. So I'll have the Q&A, not the Q&A, but the prediction community post up for you guys to start checking that out, so you can leave your predictions and get featured in the video we do for the predictions. So looking at Bionic Roach, let's see what he's got here. So, hey man, I hope all is well. I got a question. So I'm actually trying to plan my own vacation to Hawaii in summer 2026. So I don't know much about where I want to go. Can you recommend? And do you think 2 weeks is too long? So no, I don't think 2 weeks is too long. And the reason why is I will just give you a warning. Hawaii is expensive, so you do need to save. For those of you guys don't know, like I went to Hawaii, God, the last 2 months of November last year, got a chance to get away and recharge and really just sit down and reorganize. And you know, we had some fun while I was staying. We had some fun, man. Yo, man, the women out there beautiful, man. Like the locals, oh my God, yo. I talked about it, right? And I was like, man, I'm going walking. Like I think it's like 9 o'clock at night or something, man. I was not going walking. Oh man, like I got family that owns some property down there, so it was a fun time. I saved some money that way, but definitely recommend it, right? As far as for places to go, man, it depends on, because Hawaii is like islands, so it depends on where you go. Like if you go into Honolulu, the thing I would say is that I think Honolulu is more expensive. I stayed out in Kona because I got family that is out there in Kona, and like me being the weeb that I am, right? Like I got family got property in Kona, but like me being the weeb that I am, when you know I got out the Kona airport and everything, and was looking at the signs and stuff, I was like, is that Kona, huh? And like one of them was like close to Kawaki, right? Like it was spelled, I think it was Kauai or something. And I do so much Boruto content where I'm like Konoha, Kawaki, and I had to catch myself, right? Like I went to a local shop and was just looking, and I almost said Kawaki and I had to catch myself. It was one of those things where I was like, oh my God, I am a weeb. But yeah, man, I recommend Kona. Like that would be one thing that I would say. If for no other reason, like, you know, I like history, you know, being able to see like the trails and everything, like in terms of like where the mountain eruption was. You know, the thing I would also say too, be careful with Kona is you would end up in a situation where depending on where you go, you'll fall into some tourist traps. So that's one thing I would say. Hawaii's already expensive. If you go into different shops and everything, if you do go to Kona, make sure you've already got your own bag, like a disposable bag, because like they'll charge you like $8-9 for the bag. You know, like it's super nice out there. If you're driving, just keep in mind Hawaii's gas is more expensive. Get in the Patreon Discord server and, you know, ask me. I can kind of hit you up. I can kind of map out what I did when I was down there. I went to the waterfalls and everything. I went up into when you go into waterfalls, you know, you can take a detour around that area. There's some really cool local shops. So, you know, get in the Patreon, because I don't think I've seen you in the Patreon Discord server. So get in the Patreon Discord server and hit me up, and I can really kind of map you out some stuff, man, and, you know, really get you lit down there. All right, so Faded Light Fighter says, let's see. First of all, thank you for being a patron. Second of all, let's see. What's good, my bro? I've been a fan since 2020. You came during COVID. let's see, I guess we would call it coronavirus, because I don't know how YouTube is doing the whole monetization stuff with that. I gotta ask, as I really enjoy your content, LOL, even though I can't see the top quality video. Hold on, you can't see the top quality videos, the top-notch quality videos. You can. I got them on Patreon, like you patrons, so you got access to that high-level editing. It's on there. Like, YouTube's not gonna be seeing that stuff until April 1st through the 14th. That's when YouTube starts seeing all that stuff, and then it's like the first 14 days each month: April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. First 14 days, I got former people that work with ABD and some other channels. Like, we got some huge quality surges coming. I'm telling you, strap up for this one. Check out the stuff on the Patreon, man. You really missing out. Hands down, you missing out on that. All right, so let's see. So I wanted to ask if you could learn any jutsu. What would it be? I have a feeling it would be Itachi, Genjutsu, Seizure, Sensei. First of all, no, right? So I have a habit of being late. I have a bad habit of being late. Like, either being late or getting there like at the last second. If I could learn any jutsu, I learned Flying Raijin. And somehow I ended up being like Minato, right? You know, like Minato would have Flying Raijin, and he could never get there on time. Ask Obito, ask Rin. Kakashi gave Rin the Valentine's Day gift from hell. Like, at the end of the day, I would have to have Flying Raijin. You will not believe the number of times where I had to drive downtown for work when I used to work in politics. And it's a night, because you got to pay for parking, or if you got the parking pass and everything, like, you still got to get across the street and all that. And traffic is a nightmare, and etc. And it's one of those things where, like, I know I need like a good hour to drive in, and I be pushing 45 minutes every time. I be pushing 45 minutes every single time. I don't know how I got to work on time sometimes, but it's one of those things where, like, I'd have to have it. Like, when I drive to meet family, I got family that stay about 4 hours away from me, but if I take the back roads, I can get there in about 2 hours and about 2 hours and 50 minutes. And that's if I don't stop for gas. A V8 engine, so every now and then I might have to stop for gas depending how fast I go. But it's one of those things where, like, I will say I am coming, and they just automatically know. If I say I'm coming at 1 p.m., I'll be there by 1. I'm not gonna be there until 6. If I say I'm coming at 6, I'm not gonna be there until midnight. So it's like I would have to have Flying Raijin. If I could do that, that would be so clutch, man. And, like, it'd be super clutch too, right? Like, I had a coworker that I was having sex with, and, like, she had a boyfriend, and there was a time where I had to get out on the patio of, like, the apartment thing and hope that he did not see me, and, like, I had to, like, go over the railing and everything. I didn't know she had a boyfriend. It was one of those things, like, she told me if I had Flying Raijin, I could have got the nothing left, you know? Like, oh man, yo, the more I think about it, man, I need Flying Raijin, right? Like, I know it's like, what, 6 people that have used it. Man, I learned that shit. I don't care how long it take me. I would learn Flying Raijin, baby. Are you kidding me? All right, so let's see, man, because I ain't got off the rails now, man. Now you guys wonder why I don't stream, man. I get myself canceled, man. Let's see. Also, would you ever consider doing a meet and greet with your subscribers? I know I'm a big fan of Stupendous Wave, and I know that Stupendous Wave has done that. Like, there's something going on down in Florida right now, like a Star Wars thing. I don't know, man. You know, I might do something like that. Like I've said before, you know, I wasn't gonna do a proper face reveal. The OG subs know exactly what I look like, and they know exactly on the integrations and etc., like the different sponsorships and all that. They know, like, okay, this is him, this ain't him, this is him, that ain't him, this is him, etc., etc. So it's one of those things, like, I might do it. I might do it early. I hadn't really made my mind up on it. I'm kind of like, I kind of feel like since I set that goal at 1 million subscribers, and like my partner manager was like, based on the analytics that she has, she was like, you know, it'll be 2028. You know, it's one of those things, like, I might do it sooner. I don't know. You know, we put in like a lot of eggs in the basket for the rebrand, because like I'm very competitive. So when somebody tells me something like that, I feel like I have to beat it. So yeah, I might do it, man. I'm kind of curious now that you said that, man. I have not given other people hearts. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. All right, let's see. I pray this year is full of blessings. I pray that you have much blessings, well wishings, success, happiness, and health. I'm gonna give you the whole basket, fam. All right, let's see. Zeko says, let's see. Zeko. So I have a few questions. Your top 3 animes of all time, most overrated anime, and what games do you play when you have free time? So I play Metal Gear Solid when I have free time. I am a big Metal Gear Solid fan. Favorite video game series of all time. Little embarrassment, I have not finished the first Spider-Man game. So that is something that I am going to do, because like I like playing games with a solid story, and it's one of those things where I have so much fun just swinging around beating up bad guys. I treat it like Grand Theft Auto. I have never completed a Grand Theft Auto game, and I just, you know, purposely go through and try and get as much heat as I can on me, where like the cops and everybody's chasing me and all that, and I just, oh, I got killed, start over. You know, it's the same thing with Spider-Man. Like, I think I'm at the part where Spider-Man just had the issue with Mary Jane where she was like sneaking around the museum and all that. So that's on my bucket list to finish that, because like I heard Spider-Man 2 is like good. So that's what I think. I got to do that in the Miles game and Spider-Man 2. So I'm going to pray not to get distracted. You know, I usually spend about 30 minutes every night just winding down to play a video game. So let's see. Going backwards here, most overrated anime. So you guys know, like, I'm not like the biggest anime fan per se. I read a lot of manga. I just prefer manga over anime. But like, man, if I had to pick an anime that I have watched, I would say I enjoy the hell out of Demon Slayer, but I do think it's overrated. That's not to say that it's bad. I think it is good. But like, I've seen a lot of people call Demon Slayer a classic, and I don't agree that it's a classic. I think it is a good story. I think that it is this generation's Dragon Ball Z. What Dragon Ball Z was to millennials, I think that Demon Slayer is that for Gen Z, and will probably be that for Gen Alpha, which is the generation after that. So I think that that's probably it. As far as top 3 animes of all time. So I'm going to answer this as anime like you're asking. Because if I do top 3 manga, like I'm pretty straightforward what my top 3 manga are. Top 3 anime, I would say. I mean, this is going to be like the most... Oh, my top 3 anime. Okay. My top 3 anime. First and foremost, I have a soft spot on my heart for the Rurouni Kenshin reboot. That's my favorite manga of all time. So by default, that Kenshin reboot's got to go on there. I swear by it. I have converted people in the Patreon Discord server. They have checked it out, and I am going to preach the gospel of it, because that is a classic series, hands down. If you love One Piece and you really know One Piece, you can see some of the fingerprints of One Piece with some of the Kenshin characters. The Kenshin mangaka is Oda's mentor, so got to put Kenshin there just off of right away. 2 and 3 are interchangeable. So I am a big fan of Kaguya-sama Love is War. I'm a huge fan of that. That is a guilty pleasure series of mine, and I think it's funny as hell. Like, it's one of those series where you have to get into it and let the characters and get the personalities and quirks get in it. But once like it starts going, it's rolling in. So yeah, Kaguya-sama, that's on there. My third anime, I'm trying to pick stuff that isn't necessarily battle shonen. Kenshin is a battle shonen. I do not want to put Code Geass there, but like, I watched Code Geass in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood at least once a year. So I would have to say they're like tied, because like I love both of those. But like, I also have a soft spot for Konosuba. I will watch Konosuba once a year, and I think Konosuba is funny as hell. I think Aqua is best girl, and I think that Megumin is absolutely funny, and I absolutely love Darkness. Like, she is hilarious. So it's like, dang, man. Like, again, I'm more of a manga fan, but even then, like, as you can see, like, when I really love an anime, I can't really pick. So like there's your answer. I know it's like the most cop-out answer ever, man. I'm sorry, man. Let's see. Matthew Diaz, do you think you would ever write your own book, and what genre would it be? It would definitely be, judge me if you want to, it'd definitely be a romance story. It'd be a high fantasy romance story. Like, a great example of something that you would expect would probably be something like Throne of Glass, Sarah J. Maas, Maas. So it might be Maas or Moss, I don't know. Where there's action in it, there's different world building elements into it, but like there's romance and adventure. It would be something like that. Very guilty pleasure. Like, I like reading David Baldacci and John Grisham and some more. So like, I like reading crime fictions and everything, and you know, like the Jack Ryan series are like books that I really love reading. So like, I like a lot of stuff. I'm an avid reader. You know, like, man, I kind of feel like that's gonna be like a meme now. Like, oh, Naruto Explained doesn't like shipping, but he likes romance. So it's like, man, I don't know, man. Naruto Explained, the truth you don't know. All right, let's see. Tommy Bunnybreads. Okay, this is a Boruto question. All right, let's see what you got here. If Akebi is resurrected as an Otsutsuki, do you think that Code might try to team up with her? You know, that actually could work. I don't think it happens, but it could work because Code is an Otsutsuki worshiping nut job. And like, he even was like, man, Boruto, I don't really want to do this to you, but I have to. I can see that. That would be a nice plot twist. That would be a nice plot twist if that happened. You know, I think Code ultimately is going to get screwed. Like, I don't know how. I think he's going to get screwed. This whole thing with worshiping Otsutsuki, it's like, I have a pet leopard. Oh, the leopard ate my face. I think it's something like that. Simply Kenobi. All right, let's see. My resident troll, man. I love you, Kenobi. All right, so why haven't you read Drama Queen yet, you coward? And what's the function of a rubber duck? Rubber ducks are the cousins of rubber chickens. And we throw rubber chickens at Cody Rhodes. If you're a wrestling fan, you get that reference. Rubber ducks, though, they're just best for like putting them in the tub. You know, like when my nephew takes his baths and everything, like when he took him, he was a really, really small kid. He's 5 now. No, he's getting ready to be 6 in a couple months. But like, even like with my nephew, like he just like loved rubber ducks. So it's like, yeah, that's the function of it. It's fun to play with. Let's see. Simply Kenobi. What other part? Why haven't I read Drama Queen yet? I'm not even gonna hold you, man. You know, you guys are seeing like the uptick of where like I've like been editing a lot of videos myself for various different reasons. We talked about it before, but like I'm kind of pressed right now. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like between doing that and taking over more of the editing on the Anime Explained channel, trying out some new stuff there, and trying to like script and do audios for the stuff for the rebrands, and piling up the stuff for the One Piece channel, because I'm finally gonna start doing discussion videos on that instead of podcast style chapter reviews. It's one of those things, like once I'm able to get a lot of that stuff rolling and, you know, start back building more of that compound interest and kind of reestablish myself as far as like doing the lore content and not just light novel content, you know, it's one of those things, like then I'll be able to do it. But like right now, if I'm reading any manga, if it ain't Dawn to Dawn, or if it ain't Sakamoto Days, or if it ain't Kingdom, I'm not really reading it unless it's for work. Like I'm behind on Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest, and I love Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest. So that's like an honest answer. Like I know you've kind of hyped it up before, and I am curious because you have hyped it up. But you know, that's kind of where it is. You know, like I will be so glad when like I have staff that work on like the future videos and I hype it up, and you guys will absolutely understand what I mean when I say the quality goes to the roof on those videos for most of them. But I'll be so glad when I can start working with the staff and taking more of the load off. That way I can focus on building up some of these other side projects I have. And then at that point I'll be able to read. Cause like right now, like if I read something, it's when I render a video, there's like about 15 minutes that it takes a video to render, depending on how long it is. And when I'm doing that, I'm usually reading manga or I'm reading a book to pass the time. Cause I don't watch a lot of television. Like, that's kind of it right there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head over to YouTube and we're going to look at you guys' comments over on YouTube from that holdover from the last Q&A. And we'll get through more of your comments there. Just small disclaimer. I lost my voice part of the way through one of those things. Because like I said, I did like 2 hours or something like that. And I had been recording earlier in the day. So depending on where we are on the audio, you might hear that. Mo6702 says, congrats, man. Your videos have infinite replay value. I think like the Boruto discussion videos not as much. I do feel like the Naruto, maybe it's because like I'm a hardcore Naruto fan at heart, and those bring me like the most joy. I get excited talking about Boruto though, because it's the same franchise. That's why this whole crap of Naruto fan versus Boruto fans pisses me off, because it's the same series. I could do a whole video on that. I hate that. As you're already aware, between the big three, Naruto's the only one in which the show's named after the protagonist. If you were to give it a different name, what would it be? I call it Uchiha. Because like the Uchiha drive a lot of the story. Like they drive a lot of the story, if we're being honest. Like I would call it Uchiha. Or we could call it like the Spiral of Destiny. Or like Kishimoto wanted to call it Shinachiku, you know, because that's some type of ramen dish or something, or ingredient. I don't remember exactly what it was. I call it Uchiha though. I know it's not sexy. It's probably gonna piss people off. Chris LK UG says, congratulations on the milestone. I appreciate you. I've been watching since like 2018, made a lot of YouTube accounts for premium, and your channel was always the first one I look up. I remember back when it was just KRYPTONIAN saying, you really go back. Because I did Naruto stuff. There again, I did 5 days out the week. And like I do other anime and manga too. But like I had to do the Naruto stuff. That's what everybody wanted. Then I think that one got banned. Yeah, it got banned. YouTube made a mistake and they gave me my channel back. Because I was applying to so many comments that YouTube said, oh, this has to be a spam account. Because it is humanly impossible to comment this many times, which is bull. It was complete bull. Like if I got 1,000 comments on a video, I replied to all of them. That's why I don't reply to all of them now. I read every comment though. Let's see. I could be wrong since that was forever ago, but since you've been the best Naruto creator since the beginning, ABD up there too. I'm flattered by that. Yeah, that's what happened. Do you think it's possible to train in the Tsukiyomi? I kind of feel like that's what was implied with Madara. Like he used, not in Tsukiyomi, but he trained Obito and Genjutsu to drill a lot of information in him. So I think that is possible. I know it's kind of a pointless question, but if Itachi hadn't used that lifetime Tsukiyomi on Izumi, and that's the thing, like she didn't get stronger, but like her brain experienced it because she aged in her brain up to the point of death. But you can't teach someone Tsukiyomi. It has to be a power they have. Instead of inflicting torturous harm and having a death battle, which would be completely devoid of consequence, as a way to train one more devastation jutsu like Rasen Shuriken, Flame Control, etc. Maybe using it to trigger MS and so on. I haven't seen Shippuden in a long time, but didn't Sasuke and Itachi put each other in a Genjutsu to break the paralysis of Kabuto? Yeah, they used the white rage. Not they used, but Kabuto used the white rage jutsu. It's like white rage snake jutsu. And they're paralyzed, and they put each other under Sharingan Genjutsu in order to break out of it. Kabuto used that jutsu where it has that orb and a bright light, and it paralyzes you. But yeah, like you can't use Tsukiyomi to train somebody like that though. I just always thought if Itachi had the power to do such a thing, it would amp every. Yeah, you're basically saying use like a hyperbolic time chamber. You can't really do that. Let's see. Starkush Exotic Galaxy says, best anime ever. You damn right it is. The Grass Ninja says, congrats, brother. You're a true inspiration. I appreciate you. Let's see. Even after I'm gonna say Bob, because I know I messed the name up. Even after all these years, you still find motivation to do Naruto content is truly commendable, and I thank you for it. My question is, do you ever plan on launching a wrestling channel? As I would love to hear your takes on a video basis. One of my editors, Redis, has been pushing me on that. Like my guy, Adil from Anime Ball Steep has a wrestling channel, but like he's been pushing me, and I kind of want to do it, but like I'm stretched thin now because I've got 3 anime channels. I've got a private channel, and then I got the finance channel I'm building up, and so I'm stretched. I'm stretched, but I would love to do it. I would love to do it. Like if I could do it before this upcoming WrestleMania season, I'd do it, man. You know, I gotta get Anime Explained's breaking even now, and I don't upload a lot on One Piece, but once that One Piece channel will break even when I start spending money on it, I'll probably do a wrestling channel. Let's see. Matthew Diaz says, congrats on 9 years, man. I appreciate, we go back. I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to everything you do in the future. Keep up the amazing work. I knew it. I knew it. I knew you were going to bring up Cody, man. Oh, man. I am screaming internally now. Like, Cody is kryptonite to me. I cannot stand this babyface version of Dusty Sun. Turn him heel. I puke whenever I see him on screen. For my non-wrestling fans, Cody Rhodes, the current WWE Undisputed Champion. Who do I think will take the title off of Cody? If we have a triple threat match, he's winning it. If I could book it and have someone take the title off of Cody, I have Randy Orton do it. I would have Randy do it. I think it'd be a good way to come full circle and bring up the legacy stuff. You can bring up like Dusty or like Braun Breaker. Give it to a young guy, because like Cody, he's in that same boat. Like I said it when Roman lost his title. Like I felt like you were in the Hulk Hogan territory where like they gave it to Ultimate Warrior. They gave it to Young Boy. It's just Ultimate Warrior didn't have the motor to keep going. We see Braun Breaker taking off. I was always a big Braun Breaker fan. I would love to see Braun Breaker. I would have loved to see Braun Breaker in Roman streak. I would love to see Braun Breaker take the title off of Cody, because he's pushing 40. And with his style of wrestling, he ain't going to be here 10 years from now. You got to start building up the next generation of superstars. Like him, Gunther, Roman, Randy, Seth. Like they're either in their 40s or they're pushing 40. Time to move on. The Variety Pack podcast says, that's awesome, my guy. Keep going. Hard love the content. I freaking appreciate you. Any tips for an up-and-coming anime podcast or YouTuber? First of all, if you're doing podcasts, hit up my guys, the Cloud Ninja podcast. What they do, they'll do like their live stream, and then they'll clip out segments and make other videos. That's a great way to keep people engaged so you do your next podcast. And the other thing too is like, if you're doing like regular videos, launch with 5 videos. Launch with 5. If you're going to do shorts on it, launch with 10 shorts. That way people have an idea of what your content's going to be. That way they can start a binge watching session, and it gives YouTube more incentive. And most importantly, just be patient. Be patient. Like, I grew pretty quickly. Like, again, I started before I even uploaded a video. I started with like 400 subscribers. I got to like 1,000 in 6 months. And this is like the first channel. I got to 3,000 by 2017. The growth slowed down a little bit, but that's still fast in hindsight. That's the thing people don't get. Like, that's still very fast. And the channel just like started blowing up around late 2017. I was getting like 15,000 subs a month. Just do not compare yourself to others in the sense. I know I'm a hypocrite because I'm competitive, but you got to go your own journey. But upload and keep going. And if you can niche down, keep niching down until you find what your audience wants. And one piece of advice I'll tell you to learn from my mistake is I doubled down on Boruto to the point where I alienated the Naruto fans because I underestimated the dislike and the divide between Naruto and Boruto fans. If I could go back and do that, I wouldn't have niched down as hard. So that's the other thing. Truly understand your audience. Bob. If I can't say your name, I'm just saying Bob. Europe Naruto Explained, you're a true hero in this anime world. Big ups to you, brother. So my theory is that Amado is secretly a clone of some sort. Let me cook. I think he has a backup plan that he uploaded his consciousness into the remains of Shibai. Dog, oh man, I gotta pin that. That's a good fan theory. I'm gonna do a video for that with your stuff on there. I'm gonna do a video for that. See, you can tell all them dumbasses to be like, he don't have people sending him topics to do. He's just putting stuff out of his ass to come up with videos. You can tell him to suck my left nutsack because that's just proof of it. Shyrose YT says, thank you for your hard work. You're the best Naruto Borutoverse channel. I appreciate you a lot more. You know I appreciate you. Splash Bandicoot 5067 says, and we are an hour and 30. Wow. Okay. Woo. Okay. Yo, what's up? Any been a fan of your videos for a while now, and the best way and the way you go into detail explaining your point of view on everything you speak about doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you. I appreciate you, fam. I have two questions. The first being, what other abilities, forms do you think Jura has? I think he's got other powers, but I don't know. I really don't know. I'm drawing a blank. I feel like Jura is going to pull us out. I think he's evolving. I just don't know into what. And the second being, who do you think, do you think Boruto has some type of a Hagoromo moment with Shiba? I would be so pissed. And again, it's because of the Matrix. If Ikimoto never said the Matrix drove some of Boruto, I would not be looking at Shibai as the Oracle, but like Kashin Koji's 10 Directions Shinjutsu is basically the Oracle's power. The Oracle could see every possible scenario just about. It was highly educated guesses. And that's Kashin Koji's thing. He's like, yeah, in this timeline, this will happen, this will happen, this will happen, this will happen. So we're going to make these corrections here. Like, I think that. And I'll be pissed off if it happens. And I think omnipotence will be reversed and go back to normal. I would love it if it wasn't, though. Like, having consequences for manga is important. Jeremiah 5011 says, hey man, love your Naruto Boruto content. My question would be if you could change the roles of any of the Konan 12 and Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, the Boruto cast. What would you add, change in story so far? So I always felt like Boruto Part 1. If I could rewrite Boruto Part 1, I would have had Boruto's generation dealing with the Kara outers, so people like Ao and Goro and etc. I would have had the outers be more of a big deal, and I would have left the inners to people like the Konoha 12, and I would have balanced it more like that, like the way that, because Part 1 was always a story of parents and children, and I feel like that would have been the best way to split the baby there. To ease in the new generation and show that they're incredibly powerful, while also gradually winding down the role of the OG generation. I get it, you know, people like Rock Lee, their power cliff out of relevancy, but you know, that's why you have a sliding scale for different outers. I mean, outers, but inners. I would have done that. Let's see, it's surprising most of the current Gen cast feel relevant, that the Konan 12 aren't even in the Osman type role. I talk about that in the video too. Like, I think a big part of the reason why they're not even in the Osman type role is like, the kids now just strong for they don't need them. Like, they don't need them. Like when Boruto awakened Karma, he used to pass Konohamaru. Like, Konohamaru, Boruto, base Boruto, before Karma, Sarada, Mitsuki, they're all somewhat relative to each other. Like, that's scary. That is scary. They're not that far apart. So it's like, I see it, but at the same time, I get why. But congrats on 6 years on the channel. Keep up the videos, man. Thank you. Thank you a lot, man. Ravin Gumta 1129 says, what's your real name? What's your age? And what country, from what country are you? So I'm obviously American. As far as my age, man, I'm Konohamaru's age, man. Konohamaru's age. So like, I think Konohamaru right now is 32. So that's my age. Real name, I mean, people, you know, people already know that. Like, I've said it before in videos, like, my friends call me Ian, so like, that's just where you go, you know. And that came from like the fact that like, I would say my name wrong because I went through a period of my life where I had trouble speaking. So I would say my name wrong. So it just stuck. You know, people call me Ian Ben because real name's Ben. And so I would always, you know, they're like, it's not Ian, it's Ben. And they're like, Ian Ben, and it just kind of stuck. Like, especially with my family, like my late aunt and the cousin I've got in jail, and my late cousin, the one that passed away, and my aunt's husband, you know, they'll call me, or excuse me, Ian Ben. So, you know, like, that's, you know, one of the nicknames. I got a few. Like my cousin Cynthia would call me Sonic the Hedgehog, and like I'll never escape that. A real person 21 says, not a question, but I can't believe it's been 6 years. I remember when the first channel was deleted and I missed out on your content for a while. Keep up the grind, man. I love your channel, and I hope all is well with you for being one of the few steady constants in my life. See, comments like that are why I keep going. I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. One of the constants in my life. I appreciate you. Tamala EX says, God is good, brother. Bless you're able to do your thing throughout the many years. I appreciate you. Woo! Okay. Hey, Naruto Explained. Firstly, just want to say how grateful I am for stumbling onto your platform randomly over a year ago. I always look forward to your daily content. Now, my question will be, how do you think Fraudwalkie will get a power amp? Amado Ninja Tech. Do you think it'll happen gradual over time, like we saw Naruto? No, it's gonna be overnight, or will be a let me pull my fave Mats? Absolutely. Since we've seen all the main characters' potentials in any power scale, maybe you could do a video of what you think they still need to work on to improve themselves, or gauge how far they need. Yeah, so some of them are already Otsutsuki level. I could do that though. Talking about what they could improve upon. I could definitely each individual character. I could do that. That'd be a good content. Bruce Willis 9095 says, it's been a long ride, man. Truly an amazing creator. You're definitely the first YouTube channel I recommend to my homies when it comes to Naruto or Boruto. Really any anime content. Also show them your other YouTube channel. I appreciate you for that, man. Big time, because like I said, we putting a lot of love and energy into that one. Anime Explained. My first question is, how do you feel about Boruto's anime? I give the anime a 6.5 out of 7. Like, if they had a proper production schedule, because there was a lot of talent on Boruto, and some of the talents left, and they've taken on direction projects. Like one of the animators did Kaiju number 8. Like they directed Kaiju number 8. Like there was a lot of talent on Boruto. They just didn't have a healthy schedule. And it's not because it's a weekly anime. I know some of the people that animated and worked on the anime. Like, it's crazy when you look at some of the layout work that they would do, and then you see the final product, and you see how much the final product would just water down what was done because they had a bad schedule. Because when they got to second key animation, they had to go through and remove a lot of the extra details, etc., in order to meet the deadlines. Like, some of the stuff I've been told are horror stories. Like, yeah, we need you to do 100 cuts in 7 hours. That is crazy. Opposed to One Piece, also a weekly anime. Like, I've read some of the stuff, I think it was like Henry Trudeau or something, where he was like, yeah, I was given weeks to work on like 14 cuts. That is crazy. But again, horrible schedule. You know, being seasonal don't change nothing if it's got a horrible schedule. See My Hero Academia having seasons where there are slideshow episodes, or Hell's Paradise being butchered by Studio Mappa. Or do you feel the same? Yeah, so yeah, like the anime, like some of the anime original arcs were boring. I've said it before. Car Actuation arc was good. The Mitsuki Desertion arc was good. And then like the rest of them, it's hit or miss. My second question is, what's your favorite arc for any show? So my favorite arc of all time is the Kyoto arc of Rurouni Kenshin, which is currently airing right now. And the reboot of the anime has no filler. And the one flashback episode is directly from the prequel manga. We did have one filler this season, now that I'm thinking about it. But it was so damn good where if you don't know the story, you would think it was canon. It's that good. Highly recommend that. Like, if you want to see true, I'm not even saying that as a Kenshin fanboy. I sincerely say the Kenshin Kyoto arc is one of the 10 best arcs that Shonen Jump has ever had. I do not say that lightly. This is from somebody who has read a lot of Shonen Jump content. The Kyoto arc. If I stand by it, if you really want some peak writing, check that out. Ryan B75 says, first, thank you for not only being an inspiration to me, but also for being the most consistent guy in this community. Those Naruto Explained videos be every night be hitting. For a question, is there any chance that you make Hunter x Hunter content when it returns in 2 weeks time? Damn, so that the manga's back. I might, man. Like, the only thing is, like, I really have like one main editor on that channel. I got a guy that helps me out with chapter reviews over there, and then I got one guy that does evergreen content. So, and like with the chapter reviews, I've actually had to step in and start doing the chapter reviews myself. I'm adding this in post recording. So big part of the reason for that is like I got some more personal stuff I have to take care of. So there's not as much of that higher edited content. I've not read the Hunter x Hunter chapters since then, like since this comment was made. It says 2 weeks ago. I'm recording this on February 13th, so this updated portion. But you know, once I get a few more things straightened out, you know, I'll go back to having somebody, if not them doing the chapter reviews, we'll be doing more of like the explained videos, etc. There, like the newest explained video is the solo leveling video that we just did. Every S rank hunter and national hunter ranked and explained. Well, I guess not rank. I did it in the order that they're my favorite characters, but you get the point. So we're gonna bring this one to a close now, because like we're at 40 minutes. Once there's like another 20-25 minutes of YouTube content. I can say for certain that in the next Q&A, when you get back to the YouTube portion, my voice is gonna break on that one. Vehemently remember what happened there. But as always, man, I big time appreciate all the support that we've had over here on the channel. You know, the comments, you know, reading the comments is always humbling, but also just being able to, you know, share a few minutes each day with you guys has just been absolutely amazing, man. It's been one of the best things that's ever happened. Hands down, it's been one of the best things that ever happened to me personally. And, you know, we've been able to build a mini family over here. So, you know, I big time appreciate you guys, man. You know, I can't say this enough. Love each and every one of you.